I spent the majority of yesterday crying once I got Pigeon in, and I'm trying to stop myself from crying now. When I managed to get him, he were already in really, really bad shape. Canker had took over. Like, it's one of the worst I've ever seen. But I didn't want him getting ripped to shreds by cats or being out in cold and dying under a bramble bush. So I brought him in. He tried to eat, he tried to drink, he saw me put the food down. He knows me, he knows I'm the one that brings the food. I'll feed him all. And he tried to eat and drink, and he couldn't do it. I found some lodged peanuts that he couldn't swallow, so I had to pull those out. I tried to feed and water him myself. He's having none of it. It's too stressful for him. He's too weak. So I left him yesterday to rest. And then Mum came yesterday, just before she went to it, just to pop in. And we both walked into the living room together, and I found him over near my sofa. He'd tried to fly up to the trees and was looking for a way out to go fly up into the trees for the night. So I put him back near the window and gave him a dark spot to sit in. They tend to die just as morning's approaching because they don't want to suffer another day. So I've gone down. Bear in mind, I've got all the medications. I just didn't get to him in time. He wouldn't let me get him. So, I tried him with medicated water and all the different foods that I've got, and he was just too far gone. He was struggling to breathe yesterday. His poo were already the wrong colour. He were already on his way out. And I've come down this morning just to check on him, and it's when pigeons are close to passing away, they do a lot of poos, but it's not. So a pigeon poo is made up of two parts. It's made up of the white part, which is the wee, effectively, and then you've got the solids. And he's got nothing left in him at all. His body's burning up, so it's just white with the odd little bit of colourant in it that happens to be like a fluorescent green yellow colour, which indicates that his organs are failing. So I've just gone to clean him up, and I noticed he couldn't open his eyes. He was taking barely any breaths. It were like rattles. Sorry. He just passed away in my arms while I were holding him, and he was struggling. And he couldn't catch his breath. Do you know what? It doesn't matter how many times I do this, and I try and look after him, and I give him a safe space to pass. There ain't no easy way of dealing with something passing. Now the good thing is, these birds never go to waste. The fox always comes to get them, and canker doesn't affect other stuff. But I had to bring him in because he's contaminating everybody else, and there's already a couple out there that's showing symptoms, and I'm trying to get hold of them, but it's really difficult. So I've got to, just to be clear, I clean the bird tables out, I clean the water out. It's fresh food all the time. The problem is when they shake their head and the food comes back out, that food's contaminated, the water's contaminated, it's in the saliva, so they can pass it to even when they don't have canker, they have canker, the germs are still there, they're just carriers of. So their immune system's, built immunity towards it, and they become a carrier. There's no way to get rid of canker, so it's always there. And if a bird's not got a good immune system, or it's under a lot of stress because of weather and everything, they can go downhill quick. So I can keep cleaning and I can keep medications on hand. I can try and catch him. But I can't stop the fact that they'll be born with it, that the parents will regurgitate food and pass it through saliva, that they share food and water sources because they're animals. They're wild animals. So this happens every year and it's never easy. It usually gets to about 4:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 6 every morning, that they tend to go. So I got up early this time just to keep an eye on him. I'm sad. I'm always sad because I love him. So I'm going to go clean everything. Everything needs cleaning. This is why I have like surplus towels and blankets and self-heating mats and all sorts of stuff. I have everything I could possibly need without being, you know, a fucking vet or whatever. His mate is in the tree next to me, and she's going to wonder where he's gone. They mate for life, so she won't have a partner now, and they've been in that tree for years. And she was the offspring of my first rescue that I brought here, that I released successfully. I always say to Mum, I'm never going to do this again because of this, because it hurts. It's not nice. But honestly, I'd rather him be in here where they're safe than be out there in cold and rain, freezing to death on their own or being ripped to shreds. I'm going to go get a coffee and sort myself out. Crying is not a bad thing. It is grieving the loss of somebody or something that you loved. And I love them. If you don't fucking grieve things that pass away, then you're fucking heartless. We only get one life. You're meant to care about things whilst they're here, all the way to the end. That's what you're meant to do. And then you're meant to clear up afterwards and make sure that none of it was for waste and that it wasn't in vain. That's what you're meant to do. I'm going to go get a coffee.